raised atheist for most part. Some members of my family are Muslim, but I never had like a big cultural and religious education.
So
But
what? Oh,
I
you
got
got.
baptized last year in the Catholic Church.
All right.
But my catechist, wonderful woman, but
Say it
she
again.
my catechist was a wonderful woman.
Oh, catechist. Okay. Okay.
Yes, but she kind of left me with a lot of questions. She
Okay.
transmitted me the love for Jesus Christ and the Trinity,
Okay.
but I've always been a very inquisitive person, and hearing I know the truth is the Trinity, but I want not only
Okay.
my heart to be convinced, but my mind as well.
Help me out then. What's your objection? I can help you. That's what it's for. What's
Uh,
what's
my
hindering?
main objection from scripture would
Yes, sir.
be something like John 14:28, if
28.
I'm not mistaken.
Really? That one? I love you.
If I'm not mistaken,
Yeah, the
it is.
Father's.
Yes, the Father is greater than I,
Yeah.
and
Answer all your objections because I have a playlist on this, but I'm going to still answer them for you. Sorry.
okay,
Okay.
thank you.
One thing we should not do. This is something they should teach you, but they didn't teach you. Notice this is chapter 14, and this is verse 28, meaning you already had 13 chapters that came before chapter 14, right?
Yes,
And then you have 27 verses that came before verse 28, correct?
exactly.
So the worst thing someone can do is take a verse out of the context and ignore everything before after that came. So before I show you what it doesn't mean, I'm going to let you explain to me the term greater, both in Greek and English. The Greek word meizon, greater, has the same meaning as greater in English. When we use the word greater, if I say Bruce Lee is a greater fighter than you, the word greater there means that he is better than you in a certain way, right?
Yes,
But not in every sense, correct? You
correct.
can be more muscular than Bruce Lee. You can be smarter than Bruce Lee. You can be, richer than Bruce Lee. Even the word greater in English, like Greek, has a variety of meanings depending on context. So if I say now, the president's greater than you, right?
Okay,
Now, how is he greater than you? Is Bruce Lee more of a man than you? More human?
okay, I understand your point.
Okay.
Okay,
Your father is greater than you, but he cannot be superior to you, better than you in nature, because like begets like, kind begets kind. So if your father has a child, you, then you're going to have the nature of your begetter. So he cannot be better than you as a man, superior to you as a man. He is only greater than you by virtue of the fact that he's your father, so he has authority over you. So he's greater in authority, not in nature or value, right?
yeah,
So the real question is when Jesus says, the Father is greater than I, he can either mean I'm a creature, and by virtue of the fact God is the creator, he is greater than me because his nature is infinitely greater than mine, because my nature is created, limited, finite. He can mean that. Or he can mean that because I have come to the earth in the form of a slave to be a servant, which he says in John 13, as well as in other passages, the Father is greater than me in terms of status because the Father is exalted in heaven while I am on earth humbled and have taken the position of a slave. It's one of the two, right?
yeah.
So which one is the correct interpretation? Well, I won't need to answer that. Jesus will answer it for you from the chapter. So let's go into the chapter. And you think of the answer to the question according to the Hebrew Bible, the Old Testament, as well even the Quran, the Muslims believe in. Can a creature be called the life?
No, I
Okay,
think that would be blasphemy.
here it is, verse 6. Jesus said to them, I am the way and the truth and the life. That's before verse 28. So right away, Jesus says, I am the life. And you can challenge any person who thinks that Jesus didn't claim to be God, can you quote a single verse in the Old Testament, even in their Quran if they're Muslim, where a creature says, I am the life? No.
No, I don't think
Secondly,
so.
Islamically speaking, the Quran says Allah's the truth, and the Bible calls God the God of truth, Psalm 31:5. Even saying I am the truth is an ascription that even the Quran, because you used to be a Muslim, or you come from a Muslim family, I should say, says is something that only can be ascribed to God. So before I got to 28, Jesus just told me that he is the truth and light. Two descriptions applied to no one besides God, unless you think that Jesus is an exception, and God would say that the creature is the life and the truth. Right?
Well, yeah, I agree. And also, like in John 1, it says the Word was with God
Was
and the
God,
Word was
yes.
God.
Yeah,
So,
but I'm going to use this chapter right now. Second argument from the chapter. Here, John 14:12, 14. Truly, truly, I say to you, he who believes in me, the works that I do, he will do also. Meaning, all the miracles I've been doing, you believe in me, you're going to do them. And you're going to do greater works. See, here's that word greater again. Now, he just said they're going to do the same works he's been doing. So they're going to raise the dead. They're going to give sight to the blind. They're going to cast out demons. All right. So it's the same works, but he says greater. It can't be greater in quality. It's the same works. So greater in number, right?
I would think so. That's how I would
Yes.
interpret it.
They're doing the same works Jesus did. There's not a miracle that they do that Jesus didn't do. You understand?
Yes.
Okay. So greater means you're going to do more of them. Why? Because they reached more people, went to more places than him, right?
Yeah, that would be their mission.
Yeah, because in Acts, they go out throughout the whole world. Jesus didn't. So you're going to do more miracles because you're going to go to more places and reach more people. Okay, but now he's going to give the reason why. Greater works than these he will do because I go to the Father. See, here's the answer. You're going to do greater works than me because I go to the Father. Well, what does that mean? Well, he explains. When I go to the Father, whatever you ask in my name, this will I do. So who will be doing the miracles in heaven for them while they're on earth?
Jesus would be doing them, the
So
miracles.
can you show me in the Old Testament, even the Quran, if it's a Muslim, a creature in heaven is the one doing the miracles for believers on earth?
I don't think that's possible.
No. So then before I got to 28, he just again identified himself as God, but not the Father. He's not the Father. He brings you to the Father, right? So that the Father may be glorified in Son. Meaning, when you do miracles by my authority and power, and people realize you're doing these miracles in my name, that will be proof for the people that I am the Father's Son. The Father did send me, and he's glorified in me, and I'm glorified in him. Now watch this. If you ask me anything in my name, I will do it. Does that sound like he's claiming to be a creature?
No.
Okay. Now we go to 23. Jesus answered and said to him, if anyone loves me, he'll keep my word. My Father will love him. We, plural, will come to him and make our dwelling with him. We will live with the believer. Now, understand what this means. Number one, only those who truly love Christ by obeying him will be blessed to have the Father and Son living with them. Okay, now, this means Jesus has to know those who love him and obey him from those who don't, right?
Yes, that would be a logical prerequisite.
So that means you just told me that Jesus is aware of everything, because he must be aware of those Christians who are fake and those who truly love him.
And no one can be all-knowing besides God. So yeah.
Secondly, if you truly love him, he says, not just my Father, I and my Father together will live with you. Who does he think he is to claim that he is able to dwell with every believer to the same extent that the Father can?
That's God.
All right, so right there, that refutes that objection. So what else is bothering you about Jesus?
I'm not really like bothered. I think there was a bit of a misunderstanding. I 100% believe in these.
Good,
I
man.
was just trying to understand the logical arguments, so I can, first of all, like, defend what I believe in better without just claiming something, because I know the Trinity is true in my heart, but I don't know how to defend it against the people who claim it's
Well,
not.
learn the faith. We have playlists answering all these objections, and to show you that Jesus is claiming that while he's on earth, the Father is greater in terms of status. Because if you read it carefully, 28, he says this right here. You heard that I said to you, I go away and I will come to you. If you loved me, you would have rejoiced because I go to the Father, for the Father is greater than I. Now, notice this is what you need to start asking questions when you read. Why is he saying that if you love me, you should be happy that I'm leaving, not sad? Because they were sad because he's saying, I have to leave you. But you will see me again in glory. That's what John 14 says. I'll come and take you to heaven. But I will have to leave you. I'm not going to remain on earth. So they were heartbroken and sad. But he says, you shouldn't be. You should be happy for me and rejoice that I'm going to the Father, for the Father is greater than I. What's the connection? Why should I rejoice that you're going to the Father because the Father is greater than you? Well, the answer is here. If I do not go to the Father, this will not happen. John 17:5. Now, Father, glorify me together with yourself, with the glory which I had with you before the world was. So notice, on earth, he does not have that glory, the glory that he had alongside the Father before the world. But if he goes back to the Father, he'll have that glory again. You see it?
Yeah.
So you understand what it means? You should be happy for me that I'm going, because if I remain, the Father will be greater than I in terms of his status, because the Father is basking in the glory, right, by which the angels see and recognize that as God, something Christ veiled on earth. So he's greater in status. He's exalted. I'm humbled on earth. So if you love me and you'd rejoice, you would want me to return to the glory that is mine and that I've had with the Father before creation of the world, but I set aside for you.
All right. So if I understand correctly, this is due to the fact that Jesus incarnate on earth. The fact that the
Naked, you know.
Father.
So Romans 15:8, when Jesus is on earth, what did he do? For I say that Christ has become a servant to the circumcision. When he came to earth, he came to the Jews first because they had the promises on behalf of the truth of God to confirm the promises given to the Father. So on earth, he became what?
He became a servant.
All right. Now watch. John 13:1-17. It's a long passage. But Jesus gets up, does what servants do. In that culture, you had a house servant who would come and wash your feet. So if you were invited to my house, my servant would meet you, bring water, and wash your feet. So Jesus gets up, puts a towel around himself, and washes their feet. Okay? John 13.
Okay.
All the way to 17, right? Then he poured water in the basin and began to wash the disciples' feet. You caught that, right?
Yes.
But now why does he do it? Verses 13-17 explain. Okay. You call me teacher and Lord, and you are right, for so I am. If I then, the Lord and the teacher, washed your feet, I became a servant to wash your feet. And I'm your teacher and your Lord. I am the Lord and the teacher. You also ought to wash one another's feet, because I'm teaching you by example. For I gave you an example that you also should do as I did to you. Truly, truly, I say to you, a slave is not greater than his master. So if I'm your master, I'm the Lord, the teacher, I own you, then you are not greater than me. So be like me and do what I did. Nor is the one who sent greater than the one who sent him. If you know these things, you are blessed if you do them. So is he a servant on earth?
Yeah.
Okay. Luke 22:27. For who is greater? Knows that word again. Greater, right?
Yes.
Okay. The one who reclines at the table or one who serves? Now notice, I'm going to ask you a question.
Okay.
When it says the master is greater than the servant, aren't they both humans?
Yes, they are.
In what way is the master greater than the servant then?
In our society, I think would be by status.
Not in nature?
No, they would share the
So you
same
got your
human
answer
nature.
again, right?
Yeah.
You
Okay, I
got your
understand.
answer that
Yes, I
someone
understand that
can
part.
be greater than you in terms of rank and authority, but equal to you in nature. All right? So when Jesus
Yes.
says, who is greater, the one who reclines at the table or one who serves? The one who reclines is the master. If you're being served, that means you're greater than the servant. In authority, is it not the one who reclines? But I am among you as the one who serves. Now, Jesus saying, I'm serving you. So that means logic shows you are greater than me if I'm serving you. But we know Jesus is greater than the disciples, right?
Yeah, of course.
So again, being a slave.
Another question, because
Okay, but you understand before, let me finish it. So
yes, yeah,
honor,
sorry.
what is he doing?
He's serving. He's being a
Okay.
servant.
One more, and then you can ask. Mark 10:45. For even the Son of Man, that's Jesus talking. He's the Son of Man, did not come to be served, but to serve and to give his life as a ransom for many. All right, so you got your answer?